Hey, what's going on, everyone? Snudzilla Cards here. Got myself a one-package mail day, but quite the mail day, as you can see. I have not gone through these yet. I opened this just to make it a little quicker. There was a lot of blue painters, tape, and things like that, but I haven't busted these into these yet. As you can see, this is from Haley Sports Cards. Before I bust into that, just a reminder, I've got to set a date for this full-size autograph helmet break. Again, these come with authenticity, which are a lot of Beckett and PSA, so not just like a generic authenticity. So again, for that, so you can see it's $32. Get you one random AFC and one random NFC team. So I'm only selling 16 spots to that. And I believe we are almost halfway full, so I want to kind of set a date for that. I don't think I'm going to just yet, but if you want into that, please let me know down below. With that being said, we're going to get right into this. This is, again, from Haley Sports Cards. You can see Josh Haley, a.k.a. Haley Sports Cards 101. You could have just sent me that, ma'am. These are the ones I really appreciate and keep off to the side. Little note from him, says, Snods and Rube, this is just a little something to show my appreciation for all you do in the card family. It's not much, but it fits better in your PC than in mine. Oh, by the way, it was hard to write the O word on one piece of paper. Enjoy, Josh Haley, a.k.a. Haley Sports Cards. Appreciate that, man, and I know what you mean. I was at first, I'm like, what's he talking about? But then I saw this, Ohio State players. So, again, very much appreciated. It tells me one thing, that you're a fan of that team up north. I won't say the name, so I know what it's like. But let's get into this here. I see he sent us some Cavs Upper Deck. These are like the hard court look cards. Man, it's going to take me down a trip down memory lane here, seeing some of these. Kemp. Man, I remember I was all pumped when we got him. Andre Miller was a good point guard there for a while for the Cavs. Some more Kemp, some more Miller. That's cool. And I do not have a lot of these. Z again. Ooh, that's cool. Bobby Sura. Man, I remember my buddy was pumped when we got him. Bobby Sura out of Florida State. Manny Ramirez. Who could forget him? Oh, that's very cool. Is that Jarrett Wright? Oh, Chad OJ. Whoops. They look a little alike. Chad OJ. Russell Branyan. Man, I remember him. Power hitter. Andrew Miller. Coco Crisp. That's one of Ruby's favorites. Geyer. David Bell. Man, I remember him. What's it? Damian Jackson. Kirkwright. Man. Enar Diaz. Giles, man, he was one of my favorite players there, too, for a while. Steve Klein, excuse me. Kirkwright. Who's that? Enar Diaz again. Oh, that's cool. Victor was just doing these. These are cool. I loved the Fleer metal cards. And that's one of their inserts. You can see the Charles Nagy. That is very cool. I wish somebody would come out something similar to those. Start bringing back more of these 90s. Joe Carter, Gomes, Lonnie Baseball, CC Sabathia, Matt Laporta, man, that trade. Bartolo, Tomey, CC, Omar, man, I remember opening plenty of these. Dave Winfield, Eddie Murray, two of the guys that we got a little later in their career, but still did halfway decent. Brian Shaw, my favorite Indian right now. Trevor Bauer. But yeah, wow, talk about taking a little trip down memory lane there. Got this next monster pack, and he says this wasn't much. I'm trying to not take too long here, but it's going to take a little here. Mayo cut plugs of Edwards. I do not have that. Who's this? Braylon Edwards again. Charlie Fry. Oh boy, here we go. Tim Couch. Ooh, nice Joe Thomas. Hate to see him retired. Again, Joe Thomas. Danny Shelton no longer with the Browns. Courtney Brown, man, if he could have just stayed healthy. Dennis Norcutt, Prentice, Courtney Brown. Man, I don't even remember Kevin Thompson. Aaron Shea out of that team, from that team up north. Spurgeon win. Tim Couch, Northcutt. Ooh, Tom DeLeon. Here we go. Lyle Alzado. That is cool. Lyle Alzado. Braylon Edwards out of Turkey Red. Who do we got there? Cheverini and Kevin Johnson. And I remember Cheverini out of Colorado. Ooh, nice Paul Warfield throwback there. Andre Davis, man, another guy I thought was going to be halfway decent. McCoy, Richardson, Little, Desir, Gilbert. Oh, man, Gordon, it's painful going through some of these just because half these guys didn't even make the team. Whedon, Hoyer, West, I shouldn't say make the team, but just didn't last long. Connor Shaw, Jordan Cameron, Paul Kruger, that was our big free agent signing. Colt McCoy, Derek Alexander, man, that's going a little ways back there before the move. Man. Langham, Everson Walls. Who's that? Oh, Antonio Bryant, jeez. Kevin Hogan, Duke, Barnage, Agba, McCown, Crowell. That's actually a cool card. RG3, Andre King, Gerard Big Money. God, what a bust. Andre Davis, Tim Couch, for Ruby, Reggie White, Dave Pazzulli. Man, there you go. Bernie Kosar, what more can you say? Couch, Eric Wright, Charlie Fry, Jamal Lewis, Braylon Edwards, and Paul Hubbard. Damn. It's just sad going through a lot of the Browns cards and, realizing just how bad they've been through the years. But don't get me wrong, man, I really appreciate these because, I collect them. It is what it is. They're just bad football organization. Getting into the Indians here, Carlos Baerga, the good 90s for the Indians. Alomar, Keith Hernandez, the first $1 million signing we had. Ramirez, Alomar, Mark Lewis, Baerga, Sandy Alomar, Travis Fryman. I remember excited about getting him. Kenny Lofton. Who we got here? Russell Branyan, Kipnis. Ooh, that's a cool one. Defensive Gems Omar. Joey Bell, before he was known as Albert Bell, when he used to rip sinks off the wall in minor leagues. Albert Bell. Chuck Finley, more famously known for being married to Tawny Katane. Rigdon. Marcus Scutaro, man. Oh, here we go. Fleer Mystique of Omar Vizquel. That's a cool-looking card, too. Some more metal of David Justice. Russell Branyan, Finley, Omar, Alomar, Oral Hershiser. Man, that World Series team. Jim Thome. That's actually a cool action shot card of Fryman. Same behind that. Fryman. Another Fleer Mystique of Chuck Finley. This is a cool one. Lofton Pinnacle. Omar, Kluber, Baerga, Kipnis. Man, I tell you what, these Fleer cards, I do miss these. This is cool. I know it's not like a huge insert or anything, but a Manny Ramirez, the tail of the tape. Pinnacle of Bell, Clevenger, who's been pitching his butt off. Kipnis, Bell, Baerga, Nagy, Alomar, Joe Carter, nice Julio Franco, and I've said it before, has one of the coolest batting stances, or had one of the coolest. Carmen Castillo, Joe Carter, Nagy, and last but not least there, top prospect of Manny Ramirez. So very cool. Like I said, it's fun to go back and look at these, and just I put these off to the side because I'll have Ruby open these. She's not with me right now, but he made a little stack for Ruby. I really appreciate that. She gets a kick out of them. She's got her own little box of cards that she somewhat keeps organized. So here's the former Buckeyes, and you know what? I got to be honest. I don't know if I'm going to have many of these. We got a draft. Is that Pace? No, Big Dan Wilkinson. Cool. And there he is again. 94 draft. I remember opening these. Robert Smith. He's actually a local guy. Went to Euclid High School. I got to see him when I was in 8th grade play our local high school football team. He was just unbelievable. He was just something else. Eddie George, who we got here? Dan Heron, yeah, remember him? David Boston, I remember he blew up, got huge. Chris Carter, I could forget him. Terry Glenn, Eddie George, Sean Springs, he was an awesome cornerback, and that's actually a really cool card. Black Diamond out of Upper Deck. Nick Mangold, center, I remember. Eddie George, Sean Springs medal. There's that medal again. We got Michael Wiley, I remember him at running back. Eddie George. David Boston, as you can see, he got bigger and bigger. It's crazy how big David Boston got as time went on. That's a cool prestige one. We got a Sean Springs again rookie. Orlando Pace, my buddy who played for Ohio State, was good friends with him. Big Cat, Katzenmoyer, Sean Springs, Joey Galloway. Very cool HG, the holographics of Joey Galloway. That's a sharp card too. Gold label. Man, look at that. Terry Glenn. Very cool card. It's like a very thicker stock card too. Joe Germain, good quarterback. Maurice Claret, what could have been? Terry Glenn, George, Carlos Hyde, that's a shout out to Cool Toads. TP, Terrell Pryor, Devin Smith, Eddie George, David Boston again out of that Gridiron Kings. Those are sharp cards. Jeff Graham, Eddie George, Joey Galloway, Chris Sanders, man, I remember him too. Bobby Hoying, Galloway, I remember those accelerators. Eddie George, Ricky Dudley, another good tight end for Ohio State. Springs, Galloway, Glenn, man, two awesome receivers. KJ snuck in there. Couch, few others stuck in here that aren't Buckeyes. Jared Sullinger, ex-Buckeye. Jimmy Jackson, man, I remember those early 90s Buckeye teams. They were solid. Jimmy Jackson again. Jimmy Jackson, that's cool when he was on the Nets. And Lawrence Funderburk, man, very cool. I appreciate all those. And last but not least here, he's got some top-loaded. I see one of my PCs here, Bo Jackson, Heisman Heroes, 1985. Joey Galloway, same game, more attitude insert. That is cool looking. And a Jimmy Jackson die cut when he was on the Mavericks. So very cool. Is that? For a second I thought that was numbered there. But what's funny though is like when I said that, those cards in the 90s, those were your hits. Like things like this, these were hits, man. There was like, autographs started, mid-90s more so. Bobby Bradley, he is a up-and-coming guy. He's a guy you're going to want to watch out for eventually. Not this year, but probably more next year. Quentin Holmes, another guy. Chang, another guy, still about a year away. Mejia, that's cool. He's going to be up here soon. I keep hearing June. This is very cool, too. There's Bowman birthdays of Lindor out of this year's Chrome. Zeke Elliott, season ticket of Contenders. And Michael Thomas to go with that as well. And then for Ruby, the Cal Aaron Rodgers. So, man, I really appreciate that. That's a lot of cards to go through. Hopefully I didn't blow through that too fast, because usually what I do after this is I'll go back through these and kind of sort all these out. It's always a fun thing to do. Camera-wise, I don't expect everybody to watch the whole thing, but kind of give you a rundown and maybe a little history on some of these. But, again, Josh, I really appreciate that. Again, I'll let Rube rip into these herself. She would scold me if I did it any other way, so let her do that. And if you guys haven't checked him out, this is somebody a lot of people I definitely recommend checking out. Haley Sports Cards, great guy. Just recently saw a video of some purchases he made in our YouTube community. I'd like to see more people give him some recognition. So if you haven't done so, definitely do yourself a favor and check out Josh over there. So thanks again, Josh. I really appreciate that. I'll have to hit you up here with maybe some of those cards from the team up north. But yeah, much appreciated. Again, thanks everyone for watching. If you want anybody into this helmet break, which I got to set a date for, please just let me know down below. Remember, excuse me, $32 gets you an AFC and NFC team, and we're gonna have chances to get your entry back for free and future giveaways during these helmet breaks. So, thanks again, everyone. Take care, and as always, keep ripping and hitting.